There's a lot of emotion in me right now. I don't know if you can hear it, but I can feel it. It's early afternoon. I've been trying to get this ready to shoot for much of the day. Where's my hand shaking so much? Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bose. Noise canceling headphones. When other people's expression imposes constraints on your thinking, emotions come up. And that'll probably happen during our journey together. And the point I was trying to make, keep calling it an expedition, right? The greatest expedition you're ever going to take is that journey to self-awareness. Put it on my tombstone. Cannot get a highly functional Asperger to think. And just go around in a circle and get dizzy. No, you can't. I can't even think with, I don't know what that music, what do they call that music? The whole thing is a journey with purpose. It's getting somewhere with an outcome intentional. So you're invited. I want you to come. Let me tell you about that. Welcome to the next episode. This is part 4 of describing this 360 men expedition, this book of insights, and I want to talk this time about different facets of the emotional component of taking a risk, of sticking your booty out over a crevasse, of going emotionally where you've not yet been, or in leadership in a different way, someplace you haven't been. What's that feel like? Well, I'm going to try to make this succinct. I'm also going to try to demonstrate, while I'm doing this, a 3-camera setup. Why did I do that? That's to synchronize the 3 different files in their timeline so that you can cut between the different ones when I look at one or the other to you each time. You have to have them synchronized. So be sure you do something visually to all 3 of them to do that. Okay, now another thing. The burden of proof is on the claimant. Make sure you have your evidence together. So I'm going to present a sequence of emotions. They were brought to my awareness by the author. His name is Jeremie Tronet. He's a wind and water sports coach in the Grenadines, and we've emailed and he's given me permission to regurgitate his work, given credit. So thank you, Jeremie. Very insightful points. And that is that in learning a sport, new skills, new behavior, you're going to go through a fairly predictable sequence of patterns, of emotions, of experience. If you come on this expedition, if you're brave and you stick your toes in the water and go through this process, I want you to be aware of what you're going to go through, right? So the timing of this is interesting. Before I jump into the 8 points, let me just say that Judge Kavanaugh's hearings were this week, and we've seen a shift in attitude across America that the burden of proof is not on the claimant. It's on those being accused, right? You can be accused, have your life destroyed, because things can be obfuscated from your yearbook, from all your social media posts that you've ever put out there. If you want to be a leader and you're not being a guardian of what data goes out there and being cautious. So I have had to, after 20 years of working with Angelina to help women have the best opportunity in business and winning awards and accolades and all this stuff. I've had to social media disconnect so as to not leave a trail of data that can be manipulated in any possible way to insinuate anything, because I'm trying to lead, serve, and facilitate a movement.
Doing.
Culling, I think they call it. Digesting, filtering. What am I doing? I have taken my LinkedIn connections, removed about 390 out of the almost 1,800, because it has come to my awareness that the liability associated with, or the risk inherent in, even having a connection in a social media to someone who might simply make a claim without any evidence, can destroy everything you're trying to build. So it's quite easy to have a third party take down all your work simply because they're jealous, or they want power, or you've watched the news, you tell me. I don't know, just saying, it might be something you have to consider, best intentions or not, accusations, and so there's an issue that we have to face socially. So let's move on with this. There's at least 8 fairly distinct steps, experiences in learning something new. The first one is awareness. I teach on scotomas, lesson 1. We may not even know what it is we don't even know. And here comes a sneeze. Yeah. Okay. See? You don't even know what's coming until it's there sometimes. And you got to work with it. Awareness is the first step. Becoming aware of how bad when I first flew a glider, the first time that I went from book learning to hands on the stick, I realized I'm bad. The glider's all over the place. I'm wagging the tow plane. Okay, relax. It's okay. It's not going to panic. You know, the whole plane's designed to fly with my hands off. So once I was aware that how bad I was, I could start practicing more skills. But Jeremie's second point is that he sees with people learning things is envy. First time you see somebody doing something, like I talked to you about with wind foiling, it was like, holy cow, I am totally into that. That is like awesome. I want to do that. I bet you when you watch somebody on YouTube and you see they've gotten to 100,000 subscribers or 1 million with some of the ones that we've been following and supporting, that's like, wow, can that really be done? There's a sense of envy that you feel. Oh, and you go on to the third stage, third facet, which is inquiry. Questioning. Hey, is that hard? Do I have what it takes? Can I do that? Wonder what that'd be like. And quickly following that is a fourth facet, which is doubting. Oh, geez. Really? I'm probably not going to make it. I don't think I have what it takes. What if this happens? What if that? Or you start doubting yourself. You know? You start thinking it's not for you. Fortunately, if you push through, persevere, and you don't go it alone, if you've got a group of guys to support you, you're going to start having some confidence. Your skill sets are going to emerge. Some of these videos that you're going to do, the storytelling you're going to do, it's going to become more emotional. It's going to be a little more of what's going on inside of you, and people are going to resonate with that. They're going to connect with you. They're going to listen. Your more confidence will grow. Okay, and that's quickly followed by frustration. You heard me. frustration. Today, there's a wine bar downstairs. They decided to do jungle music this morning, right when I decided I was gonna... What? Jungle music? You know what I mean. When the trunk of the car, has that metallic skull changing... Yeah, so then the equipment goes wacko, or the software, or there's always something. Frustration is, how do I get to the next level? I have to clean out my social media. What? There's something there. Okay, you'll go through frustration. At some point, competency starts coming. I just nailed my first 4 jibes this season. They were ugly. They were ugly. But I got to a pretty decent degree of competency this year. A lot of crashes. I just discovered I broke the nose of my board apparently the last time, and I've got to dig into the carbon fiber to fix that before I can go out again, right? So competency happens. And then the final facet, there's a sense of reward. There's a sense of significance, that you're making a difference for other men. You're contributing stories, you're telling real life experiences, you're charting a path that someone else is going to be able to follow. And if you've ever seen people cross a crevasse on an aluminum ladder that the Sherpas put there, because there's a sense of significance that you'll feel, that your life has mattered, that you've contributed and you've pioneered and charted a way forward for others. And as emerging AI, as more DATAISM, look that up, becomes prevalent, the more that there is faith put in the algorithms to keep us in our lane and keep us in the proper order. And socially, where's that leadership coming from? Who's making those decisions? And you can't just go blindly forward. So thank you, Jeremie, for pointing out these facets of the experience: awareness, envy, questioning or inquiry, doubting, confidence, frustration, competency, and reward. Here's a postscript before I post this video. I've had my LinkedIn messaging kind of blow up as a result. Very hot topic. And it's really interesting to see how many guys will contribute their wisdom to topics of this magnitude. It's really appreciated. And so you're watching this and you've left a comment or you've responded. Well done. Thanks for speaking up. Thanks for exercising your voice. It's really appreciated. And particularly for those of you that are toes in the water and you're just curious, hey, what's going on? Well, there's a little feedback for you. I want to say that my disconnection is social media only. It's not supporting women that's been cut off. In fact, I head to Phoenix to help Angelina support a whole bunch of really fabulous women in just a couple of weeks. So don't confuse cutting your social media risks with dropping support of women and their opportunities that you provide. All right, there's a conversation for you. Subscribe for more. That'll get your toes in the water. You can at least watch what's going on. If you feel a sense of envy, make a comment. Tell us what you think. Ask some questions. Learn more. Come on to the inside and get into a private space where you can have this conversation without your data being exposed to the world, without your beliefs betraying you. And if you're really up for this, you've got some evidence to support your perseverance in making a cause known or a movement, then talk to me about white labeling and or leading a 360-min chapter. Those are all there available for you. At least subscribe. See you next time.